Archangel Michael says, your miracle has finally arrived. But if you ignore this final warning, heaven will take it back within minutes. Archangel Michael says, I have descended with urgency because the gates of heaven have opened for you at this very moment. A miracle so powerful, so transformative has been released into your life, but it teeters on the edge of being lost forever. I was commanded to deliver this final message because heaven cannot keep sending the same blessing to you if you continue to overlook it. From the highest realm of divine light, I saw your name written in golden flames on the heavenly scrolls. Your prayers have reached heaven countless times. Your tears, your sleepless nights, your silent cries for breakthrough have been heard. The miracle you've been waiting for is not just near. It is here, standing at the threshold of your destiny, begging for you to notice it before it's taken back. Even now, angels are surrounding you, holding a treasure meant only for you. It glimmers with divine power, filled with the answers to your deepest desires: love, restoration, financial abundance, healing for your body and spirit. Heaven has made its final move toward you, but your hesitation can close the gate forever. I was sent to warn you, because time is no longer on your side. This is not a message of fear. It is one of divine mercy. The miracle will not wait another season. It is fragile, fleeting, and if you ignore it now, heaven will seal it away and assign it elsewhere. I see chains that have bound you for years now, loosening. I see a courtroom in heaven where angels are speaking your name, pleading your case, and declaring that justice must finally fall upon your life. The miracle is the verdict that heaven has already ruled in your favor. It is a final judgment against every darkness that has stood in your path. Archangel Michael says, I was ordered to carry a sword of divine fire to cut away the last obstacle, keeping your miracle from touching your hands. But know this, if you turn away, that sword will be withdrawn and the miracle will fade like mist in the morning sun. This is why my voice sounds urgent, because it truly is. Your miracle is not a small shift. It is a tidal wave of transformation. Doors you thought were forever closed are being unsealed. People who turn their backs on you will seek reconciliation. A windfall of wealth that was locked away is now being assigned to you. But this moment must not pass you by. Even as you hear this message, heaven's clock is ticking. Every passing minute is a test. Will you step forward and claim what was promised? Or will hesitation rob you of your divine inheritance? The heavens trembled when this miracle was signed into being. I saw angels dancing as your name was called and your blessing prepared. It has taken legions of warriors to guard it from dark forces that tried relentlessly to steal it before it reached you. Archangel Michael says, I fought battles unseen to clear your path. Demonic whispers tried to convince you to give up, but heaven overruled every attempt to destroy you. This is why this moment is monumental. It is the reward of endurance, faith, and the unwavering hand of God that refused to let you fall. But blessings are not forced upon anyone. Heaven respects free will. If you choose to dismiss this final sign, the miracle will return to the treasury of light, waiting for another soul who dares to claim it. I have seen too many souls reach this moment and turn away. They thought they had more time. They thought they could delay one more day, one more hour. But when they finally looked back, the blessing had vanished and regret remained. The divine scroll has been opened, and your name is glowing brighter than the sun. This is heaven's signature, proof that the miracle belongs to you. But as I speak, I see dark hands trying to reach in, trying to snatch it away, because they know you might hesitate. I will not let that happen. Not while I am sent to stand beside you. This is why my presence is felt so strongly now, why your heart feels a pull you cannot explain. It is because heaven is urging you to move, to awaken, to grasp what is already yours. Archangel Michael says, I have stood in the midst of storms for you. I have shielded you from battles you never even saw. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every betrayal, it all led to this final moment where heaven says, enough. It is time, and yet you must understand the miracle will not chase you endlessly. It has descended for a final offering, and if not embraced now, it will ascend again, and the season will close. I see a vision you standing before a brilliant gate. Its light so blinding you almost shield your eyes. Beyond it treasures beyond measure, peace that cannot be shaken, joy that never fades, love that heals every scar. This gate is ajar only for moments longer before it seals shut. The angels on either side are looking at you, waiting for your step. They hold a scroll stamped with heaven's seal marked final warning. This is not punishment. It is mercy. A last chance to say yes before the opportunity expires. Archangel Michael says, I stand at your side holding the key to unlock this gate. But I can only do so if you walk with me now. If you turn away, even I cannot break the law of heaven that says blessings must be claimed, not ignored. Every delay, every distraction, every thought telling you to wait, it is the enemy's last attempt to keep you from destiny. The moment you move, chains will shatter and the miracle will pour over you like rain after drought. I was shown a table in heaven prepared with everything you asked for. Healing drapes the table like cloth. Wealth overflows like rivers. Family restoration shines like precious jewels. Everything is set yet untouched because you have not yet reached out. Heaven is generous, but heaven is also orderly. What is released must be received where it returns to the realm of light. This is the principle written into creation itself. Archangel Michael says, the miracle has descended as low as it can go. It now hovers beside you, inches from your life, waiting for response. Do not make heaven grieve by letting it slip away when it is this close. The battle was never about breaking you. It was about delaying this very moment. Now that it has arrived, even the darkness knows it's losing. That's why resistance feels stronger. My chaos rises as breakthrough nears. Imagine a fountain locked for years, suddenly bursting open, spilling living water across a barren land. That is what heaven intends for you now. A floodgate of blessings never before seen in your life. Archangel Michael says, I am holding back forces even now, giving you space to choose freely. But my shield cannot remain forever. The divine countdown is nearing zero, and once it hits, heaven's decree will be carried out. A miracle cannot belong to two souls. It is marked for one. Your name glows onto written in divine ink. If you claim it now, it is sealed eternally as yours. If not, heaven will assign it elsewhere, and this chapter will close. Every prayer you whispered was a thread woven into this moment. Every sleepless night was a seed planted for this harvest. You cannot let this final warning pass. This is heaven shouting, not whispering, because destiny waits only for those who answer. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community, through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Even as I deliver this, I see new paths opening before you. Golden bridges to opportunities you thought you missed forever. People who turned away from you are being stirred in their spirit to return. Debts are dissolving in a heavenly court, releasing you into freedom. This is not coincidence. It is divine orchestration. A miracle this vast is rare, a once-in-a-lifetime outpouring that only heaven can command. Archangel Michael says, if you step forward now, the ripple will touch every part of your life. Finances, relationships, health, purpose. Generational chains will snap and blessings will flow to your descendants because you dared to embrace this moment. But hesitation is the thief of miracles. You cannot afford to wait for another sign, another message. This is heaven's final sounding trumpet, the last call before silence falls and the miracle returns to the realm of light. I stood on the battleground where angels fought to protect this blessing. I saw swords clash, shields raised, light-piercing darkness, all to keep this miracle intact for you. If you knew how much was sacrificed to reach this moment, you would not hesitate. Heaven spared nothing to ensure you had this chance. I have guarded your name with fire, refused the enemy's every accusation, and demanded that heaven's blessing stay assigned to you alone. Archangel Michael says, the Father's mercy is infinite, but moments like this do not repeat endlessly. They come like shooting stars, brilliant, rare, and fleeting. Miss it, and you will long for its like for years. Now is the hour of destiny. Now is when heaven is leaning closer than ever, whispering and roaring at once. Take what is yours before time runs out. I see light surrounding you, swirling like a crown waiting to descend. This is your miracle, your victory, your proof that heaven never abandoned you. But crowns are not placed on bowed heads that refuse to rise. They are given to those who lift their eyes and receive. Archangel Michael says, rise now. Stand in the divine current flowing through your life. Let heaven see your spirit awaken. For that is the sign needed to seal this blessing forever. If you do, heaven will not only grant the miracle, but multiply it. What was meant to change one aspect of your life will transform every core. Like fire, it will spread, consuming darkness and replacing it with radiant light. This is not just about you. It is about every soul connected to you. Your chores now will bless generations unborn. I speak this not to burden you, but to free you. You have carried heaviness too long, thinking you were forgotten. But heaven's delay was not denial. It was preparation for something so great you could barely imagine it. Archangel Michael says, miracles are fragile only in the moment before they are claimed. Once sealed, nothing, not even hell itself, can take them from you. That is why this warning is urgent, but filled with hope. You are standing on the edge of a promise fulfilled. One step forward and heaven will roar in victory as angels descend to flood your life with glory. Do not let fear or doubt be the final word. Let faith rise. Let your heart say yes and watch as heaven opens its hands fully for you. Your miracle has finally arrived. Do not let heaven take it back within minutes. The choice is now. The blessing is here and destiny is waiting for you to embrace it fully. Archangel Michael says, I have not departed yet, because the weight of this miracle cannot be delivered lightly. You must understand that the blessing prepared for you is larger than any you've ever imagined. It has been crafted by divine hands, tailored perfectly for your destiny, and wrapped in a glow of eternal promise. Even as these words are written, heaven is moving. Angelic scribes are finalizing documents of victory with your name. Trumpets are prepared to sound the moment you step into full acceptance of what heaven has placed before you. I see the enemy trembling, knowing it cannot stop what heaven has decreed, but its final strategy is to make you delay. Delay is not harmless. It is a silent destroyer that steals miracles without you even realizing until it's gone. You have waited for years, felt the burden of unanswered prayers, and nearly lost hope. But this moment is not just a response to your cries. It is heaven's declaration that you are chosen for divine favor that cannot be measured. Archangel Michael says, the moment your faith ignites, the skies will part and every locked door will fling open. I see gates of wealth, healing, reconciliation, and divine purpose breaking apart as angels rush through carrying gifts meant only for you. There is a holy fire burning brighter than ever over your life. This fire is not to destroy, but to cleanse, to prepare, and to empower you to hold the magnitude of this blessing. For heaven does not grant miracles lightly. It ensures you are ready to carry them into eternity. Even now, your spiritual enemies know they have lost. The chains they forged are melting away like wax in divine fire. I must remind you, there is no going back once you embrace this miracle. Life as you know it will shift forever. Old struggles will fade, but you will walk in a new level of authority, power, and divine alignment that few souls experience. Archangel Michael says, heaven did not choose you by accident. Generations before you prayed for this moment. Their cries for freedom, restoration, and victory are finding their answer through you. Your name is spoken in the halls of eternity. Angels sing it as they march carrying treasures long overdue. This is why heaven is firm about not letting this moment slip away. You are not just stepping into a blessing. You are stepping into a legacy. Every scar, every loss, every betrayal, it was shaping you to hold what is now being poured out. I see visions of your future if you embrace this now. Smiles returning where tears once fell. Abundance filling every empty space. Harmony replacing chaos in your home. And beyond this, people around you being uplifted because your miracle overflows into their lives. This is not selfish. It is divine design. When heaven blesses one, it ripples outward, touching every life connected to yours. Archangel Michael says, heaven is giving you not just what you asked for, but what you never thought to ask. Dreams you buried because they felt impossible are being exhumed by angelic hands and restored to you tenfold. But understand, miracles like this are not left unguarded. If you falter, if you turn away, the miracle will ascend back to its heavenly vault, and this chapter will close forever. The spiritual clock ticks louder. I hear its echo across realms. It counts not just minutes, but destiny. And heaven whispers with urgency, claim it now, for once the clock strikes, it will be too late. Archangel Michael says, the law of heaven allows intervention only for a season. That season is now. Your blessing hovers like a radiant crown above your head. One step of faith and it will descend. One hesitation and it will vanish. I have drawn my sword countless times to protect you. I have battled shadows determined to keep you blind to this moment. But there is one battle only you can fight. the battle of faith against doubt. Victory is already written. You need only step into it. This miracle is not fragile because heaven is weak. It is fragile because it respects your free will. Divine love never forces itself upon you. It waits for your heart to open. Archangel Michael says, "Open your heart now. Lift your spirit and look beyond the noise of fear. You are surrounded by light, by warriors of heaven cheering your next move." I have seen many miracles lost because people believed they had time. They thought heaven's offer would circle back again and again, but spiritual law is precise. Moments like this, once missed, cannot be recreated. This is why the message grows stronger, why every word you read feels as though heaven is speaking directly to your soul. Your miracle has already been dispatched. It is not pending. It is not delayed. It waits only for acknowledgement. Like a royal messenger standing at your door, it knocks and knocks, but it will not stand there forever. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven's patience is great, but divine timing is perfect." When the time closes, the blessing will lift, returning to the Father who sent it to be reassigned according to divine order. I urge you, beloved soul, do not let your name fade from this blessing. Let it be forever sealed to you, etched in heavenly fire that nothing can erase. Even now the seal is warm in my hands. I hold it out, waiting for your spirit to say yes, so I can press it upon your life eternally. Every angel assigned to you stands ready. Trumpets glimmer in their hands. Scrolls of victory are poised to be read aloud. The heavens are still waiting only for your signal. Archangel Michael says, "This silence is holy anticipation." Is heaven leaning closer than ever before, holding its breath to see you step forward? And when you do, thunder will echo in the spirit realm. Chains will shatter in unseen places. Blessings will cascade like waterfalls, unstoppable and unending. But the same silence can turn into mourning if this message is ignored. Heaven will bow its head in sorrow as it retrieves what it longed to give. This is your defining moment. It is bigger than any challenge you faced because it is the climax of every battle you have survived. Archangel Michael says, "Step into the light now. Heaven is watching. The gates are open, but not for long. Your miracle is here. Do not let heaven take it back." Archangel Michael says, "I am not leaving your side until you fully grasp the magnitude of what is unfolding around you." The heavens are trembling, because a moment like this had been written into eternity's design since before you were born. It is a convergence of divine order, angelic intervention, and your own perseverance through trials that sought to destroy you. I have stood beside you in silent nights when despair whispered louder than hope. I shielded your heart when betrayal pierced deep, when enemies plotted unseen against you. Those moments felt endless, but heaven saw them as chapters leading to this exact day when the miracle would finally break through every barrier. The spiritual world has prepared itself like a vast theater awaiting its final act. The spotlight is on you, the chosen soul who has endured storms yet remains standing. The curtains are about to lift, revealing blessings so radiant that even angelic hosts marvel at their brilliance. Look around with your spirit, for the physical eyes cannot yet see what the soul knows. I see a throne of light descending slowly, meant only for you. It carries authority over every broken chain, power to rewrite your future and favor that no human hand can take away. Archangel Michael says, "The scroll in my hands holds decrees signed by the Creator himself." These decrees are not mere promises. They are unchangeable judgments that declare your victory over lack, sickness, loneliness, and every curse that dared to touch your life. Even as I speak, the enemy is trembling, knowing it has lost its final chance to bind you. It whispers lies to delay you, but divine justice has already pronounced the end of its reign. You are stepping into territory reclaimed from darkness, a land where miracles flow like rivers. This is why heaven sounds its final warning, not because it wishes to punish, but because it longs to see you walk into the freedom it has painstakingly prepared. Do you know what heaven sacrificed for this moment? Legions of angels fought in battles unseen. I personally descended into spiritual arenas where forces of darkness sought to erase your name from destiny. With every clash of my sword, light overtook shadow, breaking seals of bondage that had held your lineage for generations. Archangel Michael says, I saw the enemy scatter like ashes, divine flames roared, clearing paths for this blessing to finally reach you. This was not a simple victory. It was a war that spanned ages to ensure you stand where you are now. Every delay, every setback you faced, it was resistance from forces terrified of what you would become once this miracle touched your life. They knew that one touch of heaven's glory would not only redeem you, but ignite transformation in countless others tied to your destiny. This is why this final warning carries holy weight. Heaven has invested too much to see this miracle lost in silence. I see angelic scribes dipping quills in golden ink, recording every heartbeat you make in this sacred moment. Their pages are alive, glowing with words of fulfillment, covenant, and eternal triumph. These are not fragile promises. They are decrees that have survived every attempt of darkness to corrupt them. Archangel Michael says, when you step forward now, heaven itself will stand and applaud. Trumpets will blast across celestial realms, and a declaration will thunder through eternity. The chosen one has claimed what was divinely ordained. But understand this well. The decree has a time stamp. Heaven's scrolls do not stay unsealed forever. The divine clock, older than creation itself, ticks steadily. The moment its chime rings out, the scroll will close, the blessing will return, and history will remember the opportunity you let slip away. That is why my voice does not soften. It cannot, for the urgency of eternity cannot be dull. Even as you read this, angelic warriors form a circle around you. Your wings shimmer like molten silver. Their swords emit flames that devour every shadow daring to approach. They are not here for ceremony. They are guardians of your destiny, ensuring no final ambush steals what is already yours. Archangel Michael says, I have seen miracles stolen in their last moments, ripped away by hesitation and disbelief. Not this time, not with you. My sword has drawn a line no darkness can cross. Your miracle stands protected until you reach for it. This is heaven's mercy to give you one last unshakable chance to receive the fulfillment of everything you endured. You will not leave this moment empty-handed unless you choose silence over faith. But know this, the longer you wait, the dimmer the portal becomes. It is open now like a blazing doorway of light. Yet soon it will narrow and seal. I see a massive book labeled Destiny Restored. Its pages are blank, waiting your choice to open it. The moment you do, divine ink will pour like waterfalls, filling it with blessings, victories, and breakthroughs written by God Himself. Archangel Michael says, destiny is not rewritten often. When heaven extends this rare moment, it is because eternity demands your story be altered forever. This is not just for you, but for generations to come. Children unborn, families yet unhealed, legacies awaiting resurrection. If you step forward now, their lives will change because you answered heaven's final call. If not, they will carry burdens heaven had already planned to lift through you. This is why your spirit feels heavy yet electric. It senses the weight of decisions that ripple beyond a single lifetime. I walk through heavenly halls where treasures are stored for souls of great endurance. Your name blazed on chests overflowing with riches, not only of wealth, but of wisdom, healing love, and divine connections. Each chest has waited centuries to be unlocked by your arrival in this moment. Archangel Michael says, "Angels stand by these treasures, holding keys forged in divine light. They await only my command to release them into your life. But I cannot give that command until you move, until you let heaven see your acceptance of this final, holy invitation. There is no force in heaven or hell that can deny you once you say yes. Doors will open, mountains will crumble, oceans will part because destiny bows to divine decree. But the silence of indecision is the only sound heaven cannot move against. I will not sugarcoat the truth. If this moment passes, you will feel its absence like a deep echo. Life will continue, but something irreplaceable will feel missing. That is not a threat. It is the reality of spiritual timing that cannot be altered. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven mourns lost blessings more than you realize." The Father does not rejoice when miracles return unclaimed. His heart longs to see his children living fully in the abundance designed for them. This is why my sword blazes brighter than ever now. It is heaven's last stand to hold this blessing near you, to keep it from being reassigned. But even my strength cannot hold it indefinitely. Your choice is the seal that must be placed upon it. Reach out now, and the weight of heavenly power will rush to your side, never leaving you again. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens are not silent. They are roaring with anticipation. Every celestial choir has paused its eternal songs to witness what you will do next." The throne of God itself radiates a light so fierce it pierces through realms, illuminating your path toward victory. I have seen your life from the moment you first breathed on this earth. I watched as battles surrounded you, as unseen forces tried to choke your dreams before they could take flight. Yet, every moment you rose again, it carved a mark upon the eternal scroll, signaling to heaven that you are worthy of something far greater than you can imagine. This moment is not random. It is destiny converging with divine timing. What the enemy thought it destroyed has been rebuilt by unseen angelic hands, piece by piece until now. It stands taller, stronger, and ready to manifest in your reality. Your miracle is not a single blessing. It is a chain reaction of divine events designed to unravel years of struggle in an instant. The moment you receive it, old wounds will close. Lost opportunities will return, and every door that was slammed shut will burst open with supernatural force. Archangel Michael says, "I see angels gathering gold and silver from the heavenly treasury. They are placing it into vessels marked with your name, vessels that can never be stolen or misdirected once claimed." Do you feel the air shifting around you? That is not imagination. It is the breath of heaven moving closer than ever before, stirring every element of creation to align with your miracle. If you could see the realm of light now, you would see bridges forming to lead you out of wilderness into promised abundance. Bridges that have waited lifetimes for your feet to walk upon them. I walked through the corridors of heaven earlier, carrying your name on a glowing tablet. Every saint, every angel stops to bow as it passed, not in worship of you, but in reverence for the magnitude of what is about to be poured upon your life. Archangel Michael says, "Divine contracts have been signed, sealed with the blood of eternal promise. These contracts cannot be altered by human hands, nor broken by demonic interference. Only your free will determines whether they become living reality or remain in dormant scrolls above. The miracle is like a radiant star suspended just above your grasp. Each second you hesitate, it flickers weaker. Not because its power is fading, but because heaven's laws demand timely acceptance. The moment you reach, light will surge like lightning, fastening it permanently into your destiny, and no darkness will ever touch it again. I have seen many souls miss this final step, and their sorrow echoes for generations. But I was sent because heaven refuses to watch this tragedy repeat for you. Too many battles have been fought, too many tears have been shed, and too many divine resources invested for this blessing to fade away. Now, Archangel Michael says, every word you are hearing is an arrow of light piercing through confusion, clearing away shadows that have clouded your understanding. Heaven wants you awakened, fully alert, fully ready to receive what was promised long ago. Even now, I see the enemy collapsing under defeat. Their schemes, plans, and whispers are burning away in holy fire. They have no power to touch what heaven has ordained for you. Not anymore. But if you stand still, they will laugh in the shadows, knowing hesitation robbed you when they could not. That cannot happen. That must not happen. Your miracle is woven into the very fabric of your future. Every heartbeat, every breath you take, heaven has synchronized to this divine moment. When you step forward, everything lost will be redeemed, everything stolen will be returned, and everything broken will be rebuilt with greater glory than before. Archangel Michael says, I see a city of light rising before you, built by the hands of angels, foundations made of divine gold. The city is your new life, realm of peace, abundance, and purpose where no enemy can trespass. I stand at its gates now, holding them open for you. Beyond them lies a world untouched by fear, free from the chains that held you. The only key to enter is your decision to accept this miracle before the gates close and the city becomes hidden once again. Heaven will not force you to walk in. It honors your choice. But know this is the final opening for this season. Clouds are parting above you. Even as these words reach you, I see heavenly light piercing through like spears of fire, targeting every shadow around your life. Where darkness once ruled, divine clarity is dawning. Archangel Michael says, the heavens rejoice not because they must warn you, but because they know once you take this step, the celebration of victory will shake every corner of creation. Trumpets are already lifted, angels gripping them tightly, breath held, waiting for heaven's signal to sound the music of your breakthrough. I long to release a melody never played before, a song reserved only for your triumph. But it will not play until you act, until your spirit cries out in agreement with the divine decree echoing through eternity. This is not just a moment. It is the fulfillment of a sacred prophecy written before you entered this world. Ancient scrolls foretold a day when you would rise from ashes and step into brilliance. A day is today. Archangel Michael says, I have seen your future should you accept it. It glows brighter than suns flowing with rivers of blessing that touch not only your life, but thousands connected to you. Nations will feel its ripple. Generations will echo its power. But I have also seen the future. Should you let this slip away, an ache that lingers, a destiny unfulfilled, a silent mourning in heaven's halls for what could have been. Heaven wants the first vision, not the second. I want victory, not sorrow. That is why I speak with fire and urgency now. Even the earth beneath you knows this is a turning point. The wind carries whispers of coming change. Trees bow slightly, as if reverencing the holy presence descending upon you. Creation itself groans in expectation, waiting the revealing of what you will become when this miracle seals upon you. Archangel Michael says, miracles this great are not given often because they alter reality itself. When you take it, the universe will bend. Circumstances will rearrange, and life as you know it will never return to its old form. That is heaven's intention, to not just heal wounds, but to reforge destiny into something untouchable, glorious, and everlasting. All that remains is your yes, your act of receiving before heaven's hands. Lift and return this gift to its vault for another soul. Archangel Michael says, I will not cease to speak until heaven knows you have heard, until the divine scroll can close not in sorrow, but in triumph. Reading. The chosen one has claimed their miracle, and it shall never be taken back. This is the hour. This is the final warning. The miracle has arrived, and it longs to live in your hands for eternity. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are still vibrating from the moment this miracle was released. Waves of divine energy spread across realms as angelic hosts carried your blessing from the throne room of God to where you are now. I have been at the forefront of this mission, leading an army of light through unseen territories, where darkness tried one last desperate strike to block it from reaching you. Every second of hesitation feels like eternity to us because we know what is at stake. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but in the spiritual realm, timelines are shifting rapidly. Heaven has paused divine movements across galaxies just to focus on you in this moment. Such attention is rare, given only to souls chosen for extraordinary destinies. The Creator himself has leaned forward from his throne, eyes filled with blazing love, watching intently to see you grasp what was destined for you before the stars even began to burn. Angels stand around you, silent but powerful, waiting for the moment your spirit says yes. I can see a colossal scroll floating in the above you. Written upon it are not only your requests and cries, but also God's promises for your future. Promises the enemy has tried to erase. With every battle fought in your life, I have seen these promises defended and restored. Archangel Michael says, each promise shines like a jewel, glowing brighter the closer you come to embracing your miracle. I have stood guard over these jewels for centuries, deflecting blows of destruction meant to tarnish them. And now, as heaven's timing unfolds perfectly, these jewels are cascading down like rain to cover every part of your existence. This miracle is multi-layered. Wealth that was blocked is being redirected. Relationships broken by deceit are being divinely mended. Health long delayed is springing forth like morning light, and spiritual gifts once dormant are awakening in flames of power. But know this truth: every jewel falls for a brief window before vanishing if uncollected. The rain is heavy now, but heaven's clock is nearly at its end. I stood in the courtroom of heaven just before this message reached you. Demonic accusers stood trembling as I slammed my sword into the floor, declaring, "This soul is marked by divine favor and shall not be denied their miracle any longer." Archangel Michael says, "The judge of eternity pounded his gavel of light, silencing every accusation, overruling every curse and commanding, 'Release the blessing without delay.'" At that moment, heavenly guards unlocked treasures hidden for decades, treasures intended only for you. The courtroom erupted in holy celebration. But then a hush fell as the Father spoke again. "Yet the child must accept, for we do not force destiny upon unwilling hands. That is why this message is burning with urgency. Because heaven cannot sign what you will not claim. Even now the scroll of judgment waits open, quill poised in golden fire to write fulfilled. But only your action can move that quill. I see into the corridors of your future, hallways lined with doors locked for years. Behind them, angels hold miracles like shimmering orbs of light. These doors will swing open all at once. When you step into faith now, what once would have taken years to achieve will manifest in moments. Archangel Michael says, delay is the enemy of destiny. Each time you postponed believing, darkness rejoiced, thinking it had stolen one more piece of your inheritance. But this is the final turning point. The heavens are aligning to return every piece at once, bundled in a miracle so vast your hands will struggle to hold it. I see fields of abundance blooming where you walked in drought. I see family lines healed where generational wounds once festered. I see a spiritual mantle placed upon you, granting authority to command light over darkness wherever you go. And this is not fantasy. It is already written. All that is needed is your acceptance now before heaven calls back the angels holding these doors. The throne room of heaven is surrounded by glassy seas reflecting visions of your destiny. I stood at the edge of those waters and saw your name rising like a pillar of fire. This fire has burned for centuries, signaling that your appointed time is unlike any other. Archangel Michael says, when you receive this miracle, that fire will explode into a beacon so bright that even nations will see its glow. Leaders, influencers, and multitudes will be drawn to the light you carry because it is divine, pure, and unshakable. I have seen demons scatter at the mere mention of your name. Once this miracle is secured, curses whispered against you will recoil back to their senders. Spiritual prisons holding others captive will break open simply because you walk in the power of this blessing. This is why darkness fears your decision. It knows that claiming this miracle not only saves you, but also liberates countless souls through your rising. I walked through battlefields littered with broken chains that once bound you. Every shackle snapped not by human might, but by heavenly decree. These chains lie defeated, yet shadows linger nearby, hoping your hesitation might allow them to reattach. Archangel Michael says hesitation is their last weapon. They cannot overpower heaven's will, but they can exploit silence, indecision, and fear. That is why I speak as a warrior, striking every chain with my words, burning away every whisper of doubt. I have been tasked to remain beside you until I see the miracle fully anchored in your life. Angels under my command have formed an unbreakable shield around your blessing, deflecting every final attempt to steal it. But there is a law even angels cannot break. Your free will reign supreme. Without it, even my sword cannot seal what heaven longs to give. From high above, I see a river flowing with divine gold. This river carries resources beyond imagination, flowing directly toward you. Homes, lands, opportunities, and wealth reserved for you alone are riding its currents. For years, dams of darkness diverted this flow, but they are shattered now, and the river is rushing faster than ever. Archangel Michael says, I stand on the banks of this river, guiding its stream straight into your hands. I have swept away every obstruction, silenced every demonic guard that once stood watch over stolen blessings. But as with all rivers, timing is crucial. Its strongest flow is now. If you do not gather from it, the currents will pass by, carrying treasures downstream to other assignments. Only your acknowledgement, your step forward, can anchor these riches in your life forever. I must tell you of the celestial banquet prepared in your honor. Heavenly tables stretch endlessly, laden with blessings, health wrapped like fine linen, joy poured like golden wine, crowns of honor stacked like priceless treasures. Angels hover above, holding silver trumpets, ready to sound the feast's beginning. Archangel Michael says, this banquet will not remain set forever. Heaven does not waste divine resources. If the honored guest does not arrive, the feast will be cleared, blessings redistributed, and silence will replace celebration. But you are meant to sit at that table. Your name is carved into the head chair, glowing with royal authority. Heaven aches to see you recline there, surrounded by every answer to every prayer you ever uttered in pain or hope. This is your moment to walk into that banquet before the servants of light are called to remove it. I have carried messages to kings and prophets, but never have I delivered one with such weight as this. Even as I speak, I feel heaven's urgency pressing through my wings, propelling me to make you understand. This is the last offering of this magnitude in your lifetime. Archangel Michael says, "The Father's mercy has stretched time repeatedly for you. Warnings have been sent before, opportunities offered, but this is the convergence of all mercy, all grace, and all favor into one final call. When you respond now, the heavens will erupt like never before. Thrones will shake, choirs will thunder, and the universe will witness a transformation reserved only for souls who defy the odds and step fully into divine destiny. But if you turn away again, heaven will grieve deeply. I will sheath my sword, not in victory, but in sorrow, as the miracle is escorted back to eternal vaults, where it will await another chosen vessel." Archangel Michael says, "This is not meant to frighten, but to awaken you. You are the miracle's rightful owner. It is already hovering in your atmosphere, ready to descend like blazing sunlight that melts every shadow from your life. I am here because heaven refuses to lose you to hesitation. My mission is incomplete until your miracle is forever sealed, unmovable, indestructible, and eternally yours. Your time has come. Heaven stands still, watching only you. This is the final warning. The miracle has arrived. Grasp it now, and the eternal record will close in triumph that no force in existence can undo." Archangel Michael says, "The celestial realms are still vibrating with the sound of your name. Your destiny is being announced in heavenly courts as angels march in formation, carrying vessels overflowing with blessings specifically marked for you. I have seen these vessels sealed tightly to protect them from every thief in the spirit realm. No force of darkness can now penetrate the shield that surrounds them. It is only your acceptance that unlocks them. The Father's throne is glowing brighter than 1,000,000 suns, and from it rivers of light pour down, cascading toward your life like waterfalls of glory. Every drop of this light carries healing, restoration, and divine wealth unimaginable to the human mind. It is a cosmic torrent meant to wash away every trace of sorrow and loss you have endured." Archangel Michael says, "Every moment you hesitated before was understood, forgiven, and redeemed. But this final moment is different. This is not just a chance. It is a divine decree, a last summons from eternity, a moment that will never be repeated in the same way again. I see angelic warriors standing guard at the gates of your future. These gates are unlike anything you have seen before, tall as mountains, glowing with inscriptions of heavenly language, etched with divine patterns that pulse with living light. These gates were locked for ages, waiting the appointed time for you to pass through them. Archangel Michael says, today those gates have swung open with a thunderous sound across realms, echoing through time and space. They will not stay open forever. They are portals aligned only for this brief window before the celestial rotation moves them out of reach. Beyond the gates lies a realm you have never tasted. Lush valleys of peace, mountains of abundance, and oceans of unshakable joy. Every path beyond those gates is lit with divine guidance, free from the pitfalls and betrayals that plagued your past journey. I am here to walk you through these gates, but even I cannot drag you across. The final step is yours alone. From the realm of heaven, I see rivers of golden fire rushing toward you. These rivers are filled with wealth so vast that it bends earthly understanding. Hidden treasures, new ventures, lands marked with your name. and divine connections that will open doors beyond imagination. Archangel Michael says, these rivers are not just for material wealth, but spiritual empowerment. Gifts you thought were lost forever will be reignited in you. Visions, prophecies, healing powers, and the ability to speak and watch miracles unfold before your eyes. I have fought to ensure these rivers flow freely. Now spiritual dams that held them back for decades have crumbled under my sword. The enemies screamed as their hold over your inheritance shattered. Yet these rivers do not linger. Their tide is strongest now, surging toward your hands. If left unattended, they will bypass you and redirect to another chosen soul, leaving only the memory of what could have been. There is a heavenly book called the Ledger of Fulfillment. I saw it laid open before the throne. On one page your life was written. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of faith when everything seemed lost. Angels wept reading it, knowing how much pain had tried to extinguish your light. Archangel Michael says, the very next page glows brighter than any other in the book. It contains the chapter yet to be written, the chapter of triumph, wealth, healing, and honor that heaven is desperate to see fulfilled in you. The ink is prepared, the quill of glory is raised. But heaven cannot write without your agreement. Once you step forward, heaven's hand will descend, inscribing a new reality that even time cannot erase. A reality where you rise above every storm, where no weapon formed against you can stand, and where your name becomes a testimony of divine victory. But if the quill remains idle, the page will stay blank for eternity, a silent echo of potential unrealized. The angelic armies have prepared a royal coronation unseen by human eyes. Crowns forged from divine light flowed in the air, radiating power and authority reserved only for you. Heavenly garments woven with threads of eternity shimmer, waiting to clothe you in glory beyond imagination. Archangel Michael says, these crowns and garments are not symbolic. They are real spiritual mantles that will manifest visibly in your earthly journey. When you wear them, every he clears throat power of darkness will bow, every closed door will shatter, and favor will follow you wherever you step. The coronation platform glows with a heat so intense it feels alive, pulsing with the rhythm of heaven's heartbeat. Trumpets glisten in angelic hands, ready to sound your royal ascension. Yet they cannot play until you arrive. The throne assigned to you sits at the center, glowing brighter with each heartbeat of hesitation, urging you to claim what is rightfully yours before it dims forever. From my vantage point, I see how the enemy has whispered lies to you for years. Lies that said you are unworthy, that you missed your chance, that heaven forgot you. Every one of those lies burns like paper in divine fire as this moment unfolds. Archangel Michael says, heaven never forgot you. I never left your side. Even in your darkest hour, angels built a wall around you so high that demons fled rather than climb it. You were being preserved for something far greater than you imagined. And now that preservation reaches its climax. What was stolen will return sevenfold. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger than before. Where you were shamed, you will be honored before crowds and kings. But this transformation hinges on this final moment of choice. A miracle this large cannot be half-claimed. It demands full acceptance. I can see celestial forges where your future has been crafted like a masterpiece of divine engineering. Golden hammers strike with heavenly rhythm, shaping new opportunities, forging alliances, and preparing breakthroughs that even human language struggles to describe. Archangel Michael says, these forges have worked tirelessly for decades, waiting the signal to release their creation into your hands. Sparks of light fly as angels make final touches, knowing this is their greatest work yet. Once released, this masterpiece will alter everything around you. Businesses will rise from ashes. Homes will be restored. New paths of influence will emerge and miracles will follow your every word. But these forges do not work endlessly. If you walk away, they will extinguish their flames, leaving behind the embers of a destiny that almost came alive. Even creation itself is leaning toward you. Stars shimmer brighter, winds shift direction, and the earth vibrates subtly as if anticipating the moment you finally step into divine alignment. Nature recognizes what heaven is doing for you. It feels the spiritual gravity pulling you toward fulfillment. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven and earth are working together now to ensure nothing stands in your way. Obstacles are collapsing like walls of sand, enemies retreating like shadows fleeing dawn, and hidden blessings surfacing like treasures buried beneath shallow waters." This is a convergence not seen in ages, a union of celestial power and earthly destiny designed solely for you. If claimed, it will set into motion a ripple effect across generations, marking your name in history and eternity alike. Yet, even such cosmic movement cannot override the silence of a soul that refuses to act. The final image I must show you is this: a divine hourglass suspended over your life. Its sands are golden, glowing with heavenly fire. Grain by grain they fall slowly now, but the last layer nears completion. Archangel Michael says, "When this hourglass empties, heaven's command will be final. The miracle will return to the treasury of light, stored away until another is chosen. The angels holding your blessing will weep, not from anger, but from grief, because they long to see you crowned, healed, and restored. You still have breath, you still have choice, and you still have time. But only moments remain. If you rise now, heaven will shout with joy. The hourglass will shatter in glory, and your miracle will seal forever into your destiny. But if you remain still, the last grain will fall, and even I, Archangel Michael, will bow my head in sorrow as I escort the blessing back to its vault." Archangel Michael says, "This is heaven's final unshakable call. Your miracle has arrived. It stands before you like a blazing sun. Step forward, and nothing will ever be the same again. Ignore it, and eternity will close this chapter forever. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Before this story reaches its final moment, receive this: you did not arrive at Michael's divine shield by chance. You were led here at this exact hour because heaven had something to place in your hands. Through the link in the description and pinned comment, you can step into the Michael's Divine Shield community, a guarded, faith-filled sanctuary where divine protection is not a wish, but a promise standing on the Word. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate access to daily devotions, spiritual warfare tools, and divine insights the world will never hand you. Inside Michael's Divine Shield, you will find guidance for every decision, unwavering covering on our prayer wall, and rapid movement toward the destiny already written over your life. Do not let this moment pass. Your breakthrough is standing at the door. And if you want to carry this covering into your home, our guided ebooks and Bibles are waiting in the pinned comment. Whether you join Michael's Divine Shield as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence shifts the atmosphere. Take the step. Your protection and your abundance are waiting.